Welcome back to another episode of You, Me, and a Cup of Tea. We have one of my really good friends here today, Stormy.
Hey.
Yes, she is a mogul in the music industry. Like, she is popping her shit, doing her thing. So I'm super excited to have her here with us. Before we let her introduce herself, shout out to Herbal Health 360. We're drinking their Vitality today. That's their immune boosting blend. Nice and amazing taste. So yeah, I'm super excited to have you. Thank you for coming.
So much, Sid. I'm so happy to be here, and you look amazing.
Thank you so much.
You look amazing.
No,
and
I
really am excited about this tea, though.
I've been talking about it since you walked through the door. I'm like, damn, my girl look good.
Thank you. You know, I got to keep up. It's the industry, so I definitely got to keep up and keep it moving. And I'm, kind of, got to not compete, but there's a lot of young chicks out there in this industry.
Yeah.
So they're all fashionable. They're all about the body type and all this stuff. So I'm not saying I'm old, but I definitely want to make sure that I keep up.
You're seasoned in the game.
Yeah, definitely seasoned. I'm definitely seasoned.
But you look amazing.
Thank
you be killing it. Like, you be killing it.
Thank you,
Let them know who you are. Like, tell them who you are.
So thank you so much for having me. I'm the one and only DJ Stormy. I am a born Trini to a Guyanese mom and a Trinidadian father. Grew up in New Orleans. New Orleans is home for me. I've been in Atlanta since Hurricane Katrina, since 2005. So we're going on 16, 17 years here in ATL. And ATL has been so great to me. So I'm just happy.
I know it has.
So happy right now. It is such a great time for me.
To be alive, just period.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a great space.
So what was, so you said Trinidadian dad. So did you grow up there?
Yeah, so I left Trinidad, I was in third grade. So when I landed here in New Orleans in the United States, I was in third grade. Mom is Guyanese, but she met my dad in Trinidad, and they had all their kids in Trinidad. So all my siblings are also born in Trinidad.
So what was that like?
Oh, wow. For my memories, it was pretty interesting. Like, I remember going to nursery and preschool, and it had a galvanized outhouse. Like, we didn't have toilets. We had outhouses. It like galvanized outhouses.
Wow.
I remember going to a Roman Catholic elementary school, and the only thing I remember from that is the teacher, when you got like wrong answers or you were talking when you were not supposed to be talking, they were very strict, very disciplined.
Y'all got the paddle, didn't y'all?
We got the ruler on our hands, and I remember clearly I used to have my hand underneath the desk just warming it up, like, okay. And then you had to go walk up, and you got how many lashes with the ruler on your hand because of wrong answers or you were talking. So I don't know if it was because I was getting wrong answers or I was just a talkative child. I don't see myself as a talkative child earlier on, but maybe I was a badass. But who knows?
I know you definitely cause your hell sometimes now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Dang, that's so crazy because I went to a Catholic school as a child too, but at some point they stopped with the corporal punishment and stuff. So I didn't experience that, but it definitely was like
strict.
Yeah.
Very strict.
Yeah, they don't
like
play.
Your uniform skirts and stuff had to be a certain length, inches above the knee or below the knee. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, they don't play.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that ain't for me, Shawty.
Trust me, I know what you mean. Like,
that is not for me.
No, not for me either. I don't knock anyone, but was not for me. And it builds you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a part of everything that, builds you up in your life experiences. Yeah. So, but thank God we're done with that.
So I am a true West Indian. I am from the Caribbean, baby.
Nice.
All day. I play my soca, my calypso, my reggae, my dance hall. I do it all.
Yes,
so
it comes out in your music.
It does.
Like, I love it. I love going to events that you're DJing at or venues because it's the vibe that I want. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the vibe
my sets
that we
are
need.
very diverse.
Yeah.
Very diverse.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to hear the same thing, the same beat. Like, I love house music, but house music, after you hear house music for about 20, 30 minutes, it's pretty much...
Yeah, everybody's ready to
redundant.
go.
Yeah. Same thing with New Orleans bounce music. It's like, you listen to that. I love bounce music. It gets me going. But listening to it for like an hour, it becomes like, okay. All right.
You can only throw this ass so many times.
Exactly. So I love being very diverse in my sets. I love all genres of music. I try to incorporate as much as possible, but you know, my thing is that 90s 2000 era.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
love
my zone
it.
right
Yes,
there. I'm that grown and
she be
sexy that
killing it.
turned up. I want to
Yes,
sing along. I want to dance along. That's
right.
me.
Yeah, and that like that's what she gives. Like that's the energy she gives, and I love it. Do you feel like, dang? So now, because I wondered if your love for music came from New Orleans, but it almost
It's
seems
different.
like it came from.
It came from my mom and my dad. My
Yeah.
mom was a singer with the Mighty Sparrow in the Caribbean, and she gave up her entire singing career from traveling the Caribbean all the time because she had us. So
Wow.
she gave that up. And then my dad loved music. So he loved all genres of music. He just loved music.
Oh, so you're born with
Oh,
this.
yeah. He used to collect the
Yes.
records and the 8 tracks and all that stuff. He like I still have a CD collection.
Yeah.
So it's insane. It's insane.
Dang.
So we came up in a family that loved music, all
Yeah.
genres of music, and it's so funny. I posted something, me as a DJ, in front of like thousands of people DJing, and then it kind of just rang in my head the other day. I'm like, wow, I was really meant for this because
Yes.
ever since like 7th grade, I used to like drive around and, pump up the music really loud. Everybody knew me as the person that's going to set the vibe and really like
Yeah.
have the music going. Even in the hallways, I was the one banging on the walls and dancing and twerking and doing all this stuff. So now that I'm doing this, it's like, wow, I'm really doing something
Damn.
that I was meant to do.
Yeah, and it was like ingrained
And I
in
loved
you.
it,
Yeah.
I loved it. So I'm glad that the universe allowed me to experience other things, but brought me back to my love. So that's
Yeah,
really
I
exciting.
love that.
Not everybody has that opportunity.
No, they don't. How do you feel like it was growing up, like moving from Trinidad to New Orleans? Like, do you feel like how was your family? Did y'all have a lot? Did y'all have struggles?
Oh,
Like,
no, we were poor, very
Yeah.
poor. Coming from Trinidad, honestly, it was culture shock. Like, we
Yeah.
were shocked. Like, we came in to the hood. I went to the elementary school. There was fights before school, for recess, for lunchtime, for afternoon recess, after school, on the buses. Like, it was
like nonstop,
crazy.
yeah.
It was crazy. So at a young age, I learned to, defend myself and
Yeah.
stand up for myself because my brother was 18 months younger than me. So we kind of, looked a little bit different because we're mixed. I have a lot of West Indian Chinese in me as well.
Yeah.
But we also have, my mom is black. My grandfather is black and Chinese. So it's like a lot of
yeah, y'all have
of
a lot of
diverse
culture. Yeah.
lines in our family.
And then
So-
y'all end up in New Orleans.
Yeah, and then we end up in New Orleans, and I fought my entire way up probably through middle school, from elementary to
Wow.
middle school. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like they look at me and they're like, no way. And I'm like, yes way.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I fought all the way through high school.
But honestly, I feel like the people that have the biggest struggles, have the best outcomes
Yeah.
because, we realize, first off, we don't want to go back to that.
Nope.
And second off, we realize we learn how to fight through and persevere through challenges that come through life.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
that builds you for now, so any blockages that you have now, you know how to fight through because I've been there, I've done that.
Yeah, been there, done that. I can relate. I can go back if I wanted to, but that's not what I want for my life. But, and it's even better because I don't forget where I come from because that molded me and I am who I am because of that. So like people from my block and stuff, we're still close on Facebook.
Yeah.
They always check when my dad died, when my mom died. Like everybody I grew up with on the block, around the block, in high school, middle school, they're all reaching out. So we're super, super tight because I vowed to myself, like, that is who I am.
Yeah.
That is where I came from.
Just because
And
I'm
I
this
appreciate
now,
that.
yeah.
And I will never give that up, baby.
Yeah. You
12
gotta
pound with
stay.
court for life, baby. Hey, New Orleans, you heard me?
I mean, you have to stay humble. You have to remember where you come from because I feel like the people that don't stay humble, that's the ones that lose what they have.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They lose everything that they worked for because you forgot where you came from.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Every day I'm grateful. And I don't know why celebrities or people that obtain some type of status, they become so ungrateful and they feel like
Right.
they're deserving of it. I get that you put in the work But for you to act a certain type of way, that's not how you got there.
Right.
Like you just wasn't popped out your mom's vagina and you became a celebrity, right? For most of us, that's not true.
Right.
We all had to go through some growing
We grind,
pains.
we worked,
Right.
and now you acting like you gotta
Right.
right.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what I hate the most is that, you know, people look at us and we project things, right?
Yeah.
And that's not reality. So try to be real, try to be relatable, try to like
Right.
love on people,
And
try to speak to people.
I feel like now, you know, it makes it hard for the people that are humble because people will look at you and be like, oh, she's stuck up. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that, because of the status that you have, because other people act that way in that status. Instead of, you know, reaching out, realizing that, you know,
That's not the case.
Exactly. That's not the case.
That is not the case.
Dang.
Yeah, people got to be real these days. And and I hate that we've lost our touch with just being human.
Yeah.
And love and energy and the universe and just realizing that we all walk the same way, put on our pants the same way.
Yeah.
Like we're all the same. But status is a huge thing about our society right now.
How do you feel like you stay? Because this is so good. Like this point that you're making. How do you feel like you stay true to your authentic self?
You know, one of the things like I just mentioned is, you know, I remember where I come from. I don't ever want to give that up. Like that is who I am. How my mom and my dad raised me. You know, I was blessed to have both parents.
Right.
It wasn't perfect, but I was blessed to have both parents. And so I got to remember those things. And then the biggest part for me is I know the pain and the struggles that I've been through. And I felt those things personally. And so for me, I feel like I have to be attached to reality at all times because I never want to feel certain pains or struggles ever again. Ever again. And that's not really up to us because life has cycles.
Right.
And so we don't know if we're going to end up back at ground zero again.
If this is our season,
Correct.
if it's not our season.
Correct. So the more, and people say humble, but the more grounded that we stay to what reality is and how we project ourselves on that, I really think that like the universe reciprocates that energy back to us. And so I feel like if I walk in that pattern, no matter what negative things come in my way, I try to switch it up and think of it in a very positive manner. And I truly believe that that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing now because, and so fast, but I put in a lot of work.
Right.
People don't see the legwork. Now that there's social media, like they see me like booked all the time and traveling all the time, and I'm actually able to show them. Not broadcast, oh, I'm here or I'm there. It's like, no, like y'all see me when I'm tired and exhausted and I post on my Insta story and I'm like, I am effing exhausted.
Right.
Like all I want to do is just go to sleep.
Yes.
Like it's hard. Or I'm signing out for 24 hours or 48 hours. And that's reality.
Right. That's
not
real.
all this beautiful and
the bag,
I'm
the
backstage
shoes,
or on stage,
yeah.
you know, with this celebrity or that celebrity. I mean, that's nice, but the reality is that's not how it works.
I've been city to city and I'm drained.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Hey, I love that you look at life like that, and I really do feel like the universe reciprocates back to us.
Now, universe, can you reciprocate and send me a good man, please? That matches my energy and matches everything that I just love about people in general. Like, can you just send me that universe?
Please, it's coming. It's coming. It will.
I mean, you know, because I heard you got your match.
I sure do. I sure do.
Know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. A whole wedding, a baby, all in the same year.
Can we cheers to that?
Yes. Come on. Cheers. To an amazing man. Very amazing. I love it. Ooh, I'm supposed to drink. Okay.
Yeah, you got to drink. And this tea is amazing.
Thank you.
Like, I'm a tea drinker.
Yes.
But this is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Look,
honey.
I be trying to put my little foot in it, you know?
You know, if you had a little tequila vodka, it would have been perfect.
Oh, like a little hottie toddy.
We could have called it the Stormy.
Ooh, I like that. You know what? Whenever we open up the tea bar, which I don't know about that yet, but when we open the tea bar, we gonna put that in there.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
I'm not alcoholic. Gonna load up.
It's all right.
It's part
You're
of my
functional.
lifestyle.
You're functional. It is. It's part of the lifestyle. What do you feel like inspired you about music? Whether it being, you know, bounce or reggae or anything. What do you think inspired you to become a DJ?
you know, growing up, it was crazy. Like, I loved New Orleans rap and bounce music. It's two separate things. It was like very hardcore New Orleans rap, and then it was the bounce music, which is a little bit more upbeat, more happy. You want to dance to it. Our New Orleans rap was kill, drugs, sex, murder, like everything, right? And so I had those two things, but the one thing that stayed common was I could drown myself in a beat. I didn't need the lyrics. I didn't need, any of those things. I just needed the beat. I can listen to a beat over and over and over a million times. Matter of fact, I can listen to a song right now and drown out the words and just focus on the beat. And I will like that song just for the beat, whereas other people will listen to the words.
To the words and aren't worried about the beat.
So I've always been wired and designed that way. I've always listened to the instruments in the background or to the 808s or how the beat came in or the breakdowns. Like, that was me. And I think that's also why when I started DJing and I put out my first album, it was more EDM, hip hop infused because I listened to the beat. Like, I love the track. I love how things come together. You know what I'm saying?
Do you still ever go back and listen to that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think for me, as a woman of color, I was a little bit ahead of the curve, but also behind the 8 ball at the same time because I wasn't in the right group or the right mix. And now if I started to do that, I would have the right people around me because I know everybody now.
Right.
And so it was a timing thing, but I also believe that God and the universe has me in this position for a purpose and a reason, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look at what you've done now. Like,
We'll
look
see.
at where you're at now. Look at the people you're surrounded by. I just had this conversation. Well, I have this conversation with a lot of people, but just, looking around and seeing who you're in rooms with, you know what I'm saying? Seeing, like, what aligns with you all of a sudden, and you're like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, humbling and shocking at the same time. Like, wow, I'm blessed enough to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it still shocks me, but it also is a subtle reminder. Like, when certain celebrities are like, oh yeah, you're Stormy. Like, it was so funny. I was doing an event and the mayor was like, hey, Stormy. And I'm like, hey, I wasn't even DJing. So you didn't have my laptop. And I was
like you just know me just to know me.
So it's amazing when you do that groundwork and you reap all the rewards, but the right way.
Right.
You don't have to cut corners. You don't have to sneak around. You don't have to do stupid shit on social media so you can get people's attention. Which I'm not against. I love a good comedy, right? I love some comedy.
I'd be like, wow, you got rich off of this?
Yeah, there's certain things I'm just not gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's because that's not who you are.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't be on social media cussing and going off.
Being ratchet.
Yeah. Like if I have my moment, I'll probably delete it.
Yeah.
But I just it's not me.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I want. Like, I want people to see the real me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to fake anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fake it just for social media.
So what you see is
either
me
you like me or you don't.
Get up. And I don't look like this when I get up.
I'm sure you're still beautiful. Like, you are a very beautiful woman.
Thank you, Sid.
Yes. Well, so when did you start DJing, and how long have you been a full-time DJ?
So I started DJing, I had my brother had the equipment, to be clear, in 2012. And it was just some cheap DJ equipment. And so we were playing it around at the house for barbecues. We do crawfish and seafood boils. So we always have people over. So we want to go ahead and play music.
Right.
Cool. So after I dropped the album in 2015, beginning of 2016, I had a talk with my manager. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, being an artist, on the latter part of the 30s, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I don't feel like I want to, put myself and project out there being naked all the time or saying lyrics that I don't want to say, that's degradable and stuff like that. I said, I don't know. And so he was like, well, what else? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. And he says, what about DJing? And I was like, DJing. I do have my equipment. And that's how it all came to play.
Wow.
And so I've had the equipment since 2012. In 2015 is when I started DJing professionally. Let's just say 2016. 2018, I became a full-time DJ. And I've been doing full-time DJ, entertainer, TV, anything entertainment since 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask. I wanted to know. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
I keep telling, like, I still tell people, oh, I've only been in the industry for 4 years. I'm like, I have not been in the industry for 4 years.
I mean,
It's been
there was a lot of a lot of groundwork that you laid to be here.
Different.
Yeah, don't downplay yourself.
Different.
Yeah.
Actually, 2024 will make 10 years.
Wow.
Being in the industry.
Damn.
Because I was doing my album in 2014.
Wow.
Yep.
And look at where you are now, and imagine where you're about to be. Like,
come on, guys.
Come on, come on, come on.
But that's, that's something else too that I used to think that there were certain things and triggers that you could pull and propel yourself in this industry just because you knew people or had a little clout or something. And that's not the case. That's not the case.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
It's much, much harder.
Yeah.
And I try every time I talk to like the youth and the teenagers that's in the industry, and I try to talk to them and sit down, and I try to be very transparent and very honest. Like this what you see on TV and stuff, it's a very low percentage of people that make it to that level.
Yeah.
But that's what they want. And I don't want to take it away from them, but I also encourage them to make sure that they have plan B, C, D,
and
E.
realistic expectations. Yeah.
Because as much as we want to pop and as much as we want the millions and the celebrity and the fame, it's not for everybody.
Right.
So if it's not for everybody, how long are you investing yourself and your time into this process before you say, I got to go to plan B?
Right.
Or how long are you investing your time in this space and doing it dually with another job?
Right.
That's what I did. So I worked and I did music and I helped my career, and I was a promoter so I could learn the backside of the business while I held down a full-time corporate job as a VP.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
For what? Where did you work VP
So I used
for?
to be in banking and finance for a lot of years.
Wow.
If I say how many, then y'all start calculating my age. But just know I'm grown. I'm like 35.
She grown. Leave her alone.
That 3.5, baby, that 3.5.
Well, so you had a lot of experience like on the corporate side, and so you were extremely busy with that. I'm sure, being a vice president.
Absolutely.
And then you start, like, dang, you were a vice president and you decided that your dream was more important.
Yeah, because see, what happened was a lot of those things came very, very easy to me.
Yeah.
So once they put me on a job or they assigned something to me, I would like get it rocking and rolling, and it'll become very easy because I go by formulas for everything.
And you wanted a challenge.
Yeah, but I kept missing something.
Yeah.
Like there was something in me that was just missing. And so when I started the music thing, I started getting fulfilled. Then when I found the DJ thing and I was able to control, right? Because you put out music, you have no control over that.
Right.
If anybody listens to it or likes it or, wants you to be a star.
Right, and then you
have
get
no
signed
control.
under somebody, you might, give up your royalties,
Exactly.
all that.
There's a lot of BS in the industry. But as I started doing it, I was like, wow, I really love this. And I was not the best, and I'm still not great at what I do. I feel like every time I listen to other DJs, every time I get on the board or behind the DJ booth, like I always try to push myself to learn and to be better, or to challenge myself to mix a different song or blend a different song or mash up differently, and not do the same thing.
Right.
And so like my level of perfection will never be attained.
Yeah.
So for me, as long as I'm in this role doing what I'm doing right now, I will never be perfect,
And
because
you will
I want to
be
always
educating
evolve.
yourself. Yeah.
Always. So yeah, that's me.
At least you love what you do and you care about it, and you're working hard towards it.
Yep.
Some people just want it to come and not putting any work into it. Like I know I've
put in work for like a year and expect to reap the rewards of a 20-year career
already. Look, I know, being transparent. Like I really thought, when I started a business, that people should just like my stuff.
Yeah.
People should just, know what I'm saying? And
So
thought that it
different.
was going to be easy at first. And then I saw that it wasn't.
It's not.
And I still decided that I still want to do this because at the end of the day, I know what I envision for it. I know where I can take it. And so now I got to put the work in,
Everybody has to put the work in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you are the brand or you are representing
Right.
a brand. You got to put the work in.
Do you feel like as a teen, young adult, did you ever envision your life being what it is now?
No, I thought I was going to be like a doctor, a lawyer. I sure could have been those things.
Yeah.
But I knew when I was in school and I went to college, I was like, you know what? I can't. I hate school.
I'm not staying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm not doing this shit again.
my ADD definitely was off the charts. Like I could not stay focused. I was an athlete, so that helped me. And being an athlete gave me a lot of structure, and that's what I applied to kind of climb the ladder in corporate America so quickly. And that's also what I applied when I came into the music industry, because it's really not a structured industry.
No.
And so I applied the same business method there in corporate America here in the music industry. And I think that's also what kind of helped me climb the ladder and progress a little bit faster than what other people, because I hear it all the time. They were like, wow, Stormy, you're really doing this. And I'm like, yeah, but they have to understand I'm looking at this as a true business structure.
Yeah.
And like, I don't have time. Like I have to feed my family.
You are the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am the business. I am the brand. I got to know what I'm posting. Like I can't just do anything.
You can't half step.
Nope.
Like you can't half step.
Nope. I try to do everything
Right.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to do that. Do you feel like, you know, so being a DJ used to be a predominantly male industry. It may still be. What struggles do you feel like you face being a female in this industry?
To be honest with you, when I came in, it was definitely male dominated.
Yeah.
Now there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of female DJs. And for me, I personally think now it kind of shifted, because I feel like for the males, they see it and they understand it. The look of a female, all this stuff, but as long as you bring your A game.
Yeah.
What I am seeing though is as you elevate, there's certain issues and hurdles that we have to jump over as women working with women. And so, you know, we're emotional, we're more passionate in some things. I mean, we birth children, right?
Right.
So, like, we're designed differently. So I feel like sometimes I have to remind myself that the industry, now that we have more women in it, we're going to have a lot more emotions. We're going to have a lot more, you know, like newer struggles that we hadn't struggled with before. So you blend in all that aspect of being a woman in this industry with the males. I think the males are probably more like, oh, let me stay away from
Yeah,
that.
let me
let
just
them
get
do
out of
what
this.
they
Yeah.
gotta do. And so you find more of them celebrating us and kind of staying out our way as well, because we're different. We listen to music different. We
you
feel
feel like-
music different.
Do you feel like you get more celebration from men than women? Do you feel like it's more challenging working next to a female than next to a male DJ?
For the most part, I will say it's been even. Like
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like the
good.
male DJs who support me and stand next to me and stand up for me, I feel the same way about the females that support, and I give them the same exact support.
Exactly.
So like for me, it's different. I feel like we're good.
And you have
I don't
to.
know if other women approach the business the way that I approach it, and understand the business the way that I understand it, if they're seeing different results based on their approach.
Right.
So I know how I'm approaching it. I'm good.
Yeah.
So if I got any haters out there, keep it moving. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm not hating on you,
Yeah.
right? You're such a confident person though, and it really starts inside. So,
It
you
does.
know, not everybody may, you know, like you said, may not envision it like you do.
Yeah.
You know, because it starts inside, and somebody might not be at that point in their life either.
Yeah,
So
and then there's also levels of commitment. So
Right.
which is going to determine truly your output, right?
Right.
So what you put into it is what you're going to get, right? And a lot of us can't afford to DJ full time,
yeah.
right? Because if you don't build that brand up, it's different. It's just it's definitely like being a small business owner.
Right.
And if you don't put in the work, you don't get
You don't
the
get
bookings.
the reward. Yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting there with maybe 2 bookings a week. If that's what you want, that's fine. But if you want to do it full time, you've got to be going at least 5 days a week.
Yeah.
5 days a week.
How do you feel like that is on you? Like going so hard. I see you all the time. You're always in a different city, like every other day, every couple of days, every other week. Like, what is that like on you? Because you physically, like, it's not like you go to sleep and you wake up and the money's been made. You know what I'm saying? You physically have to go to the venue
Yep.
and be there.
Yep.
Like, you are the person. What do you feel like that is on you?
It's super hard, but it's gratifying at the same time because I love what I do. And so, I mean, I'm exhausted, and I'm the type of DJ, like, I interact with people, I love people, and I'm hugging on them, so I give a lot more of my energy out as well. And by the time I get home at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, my body still wakes up every day at 6:30 a.m. So,
you know you have to do
and
it
I still
again.
have to do invoices and admin work, and I have a swimsuit line and like stuff like that. Like I got house and regular stuff like everybody else.
Yeah, and still have to maintain your
I've
own
got my
life.
dog.
Yeah.
Like, she's got to go get groomed. I have to do all that stuff in 1 or 2 days max.
Wow.
Everything, get done. So it's kind of like working a corporate job and you get the weekend off and you got to do everything in your 2 days. It's kind of like that.
But you don't even have weekends off.
No, and I don't have, I don't have nights off. I don't have mornings off. Like, people think, oh, I have the best job. I can go to sleep all day. No. My body goes 6:30. I'm up.
Let's get up.
I just
Let's
walked
do
in
this.
the door at 4 o'clock.
Wow.
So it's difficult. It's a lot of pressure, and I have to do better, and I'm doing better. Taking care of myself, drinking more tea.
Yes.
Less liquor.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm lying.
I was like, you
I'm
better
drinking a
not
lot of
lie. You
tequila.
better not lie.
I'm drinking a lot of tequila. So.
But
it's progress.
Yeah, it's
Small
progress. Like, you gotta have a good self-care routine, and it is hard when you're like constantly, because I feel like every entrepreneur gets in the point where they have to go so hard because you're trying to get to a goal. You have a goal to obtain.
In 2018, I ended up in the hospital for 4 days.
Yeah.
Because I was dehydrated. My kidneys was about to shut down for 4 days.
You had
I was drinking I had rhabdo.
Wow.
I had rhabdo. I was drinking so much coffee just to keep going. I was on set with OWN Network at that time, filming Ready to Love. And it was a lot. And I was flying. I was DJing. I was like, it was a lot.
It was too much.
So for me, I just, like, when I'm off on that Monday for sure, it's like self-care. Like, now I make sure I get the right moisturizers for my face, make sure I get the right water. I use like under eye patches. I drink more tea.
Yeah.
Like, I do more organic stuff. I cut out certain foods because I know as I travel, I got to work out less.
Yeah.
So I got to make healthier decisions.
So you're
for
more
myself.
intentional with your time
Absolutely.
off.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Life has completely changed.
Good.
Yeah.
So a lot of people may not know, or for the viewers that do know, you are an international DJ. So you've had international bookings. What was it like for you when you got your first international gig?
My first major international gig was in Greece.
Hey.
I was in Crete, Greece, with a getaway, and we had hundreds and hundreds of us in Crete, Greece, and we had a blast.
Wow.
We had a blast. Crete was beautiful, but I had to fly right back out the next day, which was crazy. I didn't get to experience anything too much. I had to fly in and fly right back out because that's when I was filming for OWN Network. And so I had to fly right back out, do the job, get back in. But, you know, I sacrificed. It took me 21 hours to get back home so I could get back here in time.
Oh my
but
God.
Look at all the reward for that sacrifice, because now all I do is international gigs.
Yes.
And it's so amazing.
St. Lucia
and I get paid to be on vacation, get my tan, do what I love, make people happy and dance, and it's all, and still get paid as a DJ.
Yes.
Like, it's an amazing job.
Like I told you at the beginning, like, you popping your shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what a blessing to be able to live this life.
God is amazing. God is absolutely amazing. And I just try to stay positive in it all and just give it my all.
And you were just going to be vice president in corporate.
You know, I was moving up. I was trying to be EVP.
Yeah.
You know, I do miss corporate America.
Yeah.
There's a lot of structure, but I think there's a time and place for everything, and I think that provided what I needed to move on to my next career of being an entertainer.
Yes.
And so hopefully soon you'll see me more on TV and, you know, see me on more international stages, bigger stages, touring with artists. I think that'll be absolutely my goal for 2023.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to hit Abu Dhabi. I want to hit Dubai. I want to hit Africa. I want to go on tour with an artist. Like, those are my...
Will that be your first? If you go on tour with an artist, that'll be your first?
Yes, that'll be my first. I was trying to get on tour this year, but schedule conflicts. So Like I'm booking right now into July of next year.
Wow.
Yeah, which is crazy to
That
even
is
think about it. But yeah, I'm
crazy.
booking into July of next year. And so if y'all looking for me for tour, y'all got to get at me now. If
Like
you got the
that.
dates, let's
Yeah.
plug them in. Because it's hard, but there's certain things I could back out of. So I have my residencies and things like that that I can find back or backfill and find replacements.
Right.
And so
So
those
that
are a
you
little
can go
bit
take
easier.
the new opportunities.
Yeah, but if somebody's paying me $5-10 grand and paid the deposit, it's like it's hard for me to give that back. One, and then it's, the second thing is it's hard for me to back out of my obligation at that level and be unprofessional.
Right.
And so I want to give them the same courtesy that I would give somebody that's booking me for a tour. If you're booking me for all these dates, then I'm locking you in.
Yes.
So when you make your deposit, you're
Right.
locked in. So
It's
yeah.
coming.
It's
I can't
coming, honey.
wait.
It's coming.
It
It's
is. I mean, look at what you've done. Well, being in Atlanta you've been here for 17 years,
Yeah.
but like just all of 4 years full time, you said.
Yep.
Look at what you've done.
Yep, 2018.
Yeah, look at what you've done.
It's been an amazing journey, and I cannot wait for the rest of it.
Yes, I can't wait
I'm so
either.
excited.
I can't wait either.
Pop my shit.
One more thing before we go. What is something that you would tell any female woman that is working hard right now, grinding, and trying to make it here in this city, in Atlanta?
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them?
So I say it over and over, and I tell everybody the same thing. There's two things. Always be bold in what you do, and always go against the grain. Stop trying to look and sound and do what everybody else does, and make a statement. Be very bold in everything that you do. So if you're showing up and you're getting paid $100 for a gig, or you're not getting paid at all, you're doing it for free, be bold, make a statement, leave a lasting impression. Like just because you're not getting paid or you're now starting in the industry doesn't mean you can't be professional and show up on time. You can't be professional and be dressed and pressed, you know what I'm saying, to your capability or ability. And so just be bold in everything you do. Like nobody, I hate to use that fake it till you make it, because I don't want anybody to do or put themselves into a position that, they really can't
not
sustain.
them, right.
Yeah. So that fake it till you make it could get you in a lot of trouble. And Atlanta is the biggest fake it till you make it. And a lot of people fall by the wayside because they're trying to keep up, and they get themselves into terrible debt, or they get themselves into some kind of like theft or fraud, or, and it's easy to get sucked into that lifestyle here in Atlanta. And so I would just say, whatever you're doing, just be bold. Like if you can only afford a rainbow outfit, right? Get
Make
the
it look
dopest
good,
pieces.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put it together. Don't look at the mannequin and be like, ooh, I want that. Because everybody else is saying, ooh, I want that.
Right.
Get something with two pieces and switch it up until you can afford to really wear the Gucci and the Prada and the Fendi and all this other stuff. Like, be bold in everything you do. I don't have to wear expensive stuff. Like, my style is my style. Whatever I put on, if I put on some jeans and I put on an Adidas
You gonna
bomber
kill that
and a
shit.
beanie or my meow hat, which I know y'all tired of, but it's all good. That's going nowhere, by the way. Yeah, and I put on my meow hat, I'm still Stormy.
Yeah.
And so stop trying to look and be like everybody else with the same Gucci and the same shoes and the same clothes and the same hats and the same slippers. Like, that's not being you. So just embrace what makes you you. And if that's what it is, then live
More
like
power.
that.
Yeah, more power to you.
But if it's not, just be bold.
Just be bold and be
then,
you.
Yeah, and go against the grain. Like, I remember I was driving Corvettes when I was working in corporate America, because I could have really afforded it. But the reason why I didn't want anything else is because I wanted to drive, like, you didn't see black women driving around in Corvettes back in 2010, 2011. You know what I'm saying? I drove a Corvette because I didn't want to look like anybody
Right.
else. I wanted to actually go against the grain. I didn't want to get the SUV or the Yukons or the Escalades. I wanted to drive something that everybody else wasn't driving. Now you see more and more of us driving the Corvettes and the Lamborghinis and all these big cars, which is nice. But all I do is just try to encourage you, if that's what you are, embrace it. It becomes you. And so if you cannot sustain that lifestyle, don't try to do it. Like, Who are you
Be
impressing?
authentic.
Yeah, just be authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the most natural looking men and women on Instagram sometimes, and they're killing the game.
Killing it.
it.
And you wouldn't even.
Hands down, millions and millions of followers, millions of dollars of sponsorships and endorsements, and they're killing it just because they look natural, or they don't do all the makeup every time and spend $150 to get their makeup done every single day. Like, if that's not you, don't do it.
Right.
If it's you, cool, do it. But I know a lot of people that's just being them, and that's why they're so unique.
Yeah.
We're all unique. You need to embrace you, Sid.
Yes.
Right? You're not, there's no duplicate. There's no twin of
No
you
duplicate.
anywhere. And even if you had a twin, y'all will still be different and unique.
Absolutely.
And so just embrace your uniqueness.
Embrace it.
That's
Be
it.
bold. Be authentic. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm so happy you came.
I'm so happy to be here.
Like, she's such a good soul, y'all. Y'all have no idea. I'm so happy she was here. Y'all, please let them know where they can contact you at, your social media,
All right.
your platforms.
Well, if you're cute and you're single, you can call me at, no, let me stop. But if you want to follow me on all your social media, I am at DJ Stormy Monroe. That's DJ STORMY. Monroe, MONROE. If you just type in on Google or Instagram or anything, DJ Stormy, I should pop up. And it should say official DJ page. My website is being worked on right now. I will have more things added. And then you can also follow Candy Box Swim, which is our swimwear line. And it is 3 wonderful, absolutely amazing women of color designers with Candy Box Swim. And we'll be dropping some new things, hopefully at the beginning or sometime next year in 2023. So stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Hopefully before summertime, please.
Yes,
We're going to
yes,
keep our
yes.
fingers crossed because I need that.
Yeah, it's
I
been
need
very
that.
difficult with
Yes.
distribution and production and
Yes,
stuff like that.
COVID
Yeah,
and all of those things,
been
but
difficult.
it's coming.
to say the least.
It's coming. It's gonna be all good.
Yes. Thank you
All
so much for
right.
having
Yes.
me. And y'all, I'm just so blessed to be in the presence of this beautiful soul.
Stop it.
Beautiful soul.
I'm blessed.
And so make sure to share, subscribe, do whatever
Yes.
y'all need to do to follow her.
Yes.
Please.
Subscribe
Thank
to You, Me, and a Cup of Tea on YouTube. Like, comment, and we'll see you next time.
you, me, and a cup of tea. You heard me?